What's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, December 11, 2012. Back with another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. I've been away for a few days doing some other stuff, but I have collected some links I want to give you. Some news you may know about, some you may not know about, but I'm going to give you what I got. New DVR will use camera and microphone to target advertisements based on recordings of users. New DVR will use camera and microphone. All the paranoia going around, remember back a couple years ago when they came out with the digital boxes, everybody was saying, well, they got a camera and a microphone in there, and it turned out not to be true. Well, here you go, the new DVR will have a camera and a microphone. So there you go, Yahoo News. Put a link to it. Let's see here, this is from click2houston.com. Thieves steal packages off porches. Apparently people are following the UPS man around and stealing packages. Sucks, be advised. CBS News, John McAfee briefly hospitalized in Guatemala. Asylum denied. From Hawaii News Now, I subscribed to these guys on Facebook back when the tsunami thing was going on. They put out some pretty good news, so right on. Man seconds from fatal train strike on New York Post cover. Apparently the New York Post came out with a cover with man about to get hit by a subway train. I just found that interesting. I threw it in the Jericho Report bit. Not very tasteful, but I'll put a link to it. MSN News, police say boy 7 shot to death in, where is this, Pennsylvania gun store. Authorities say a 7-year-old boy shot to death when a gun accidentally went off as his father was getting into his truck outside a Western Pennsylvania gun store. I'll put the link. From the Mail Online, hundreds of thousands of genetically modified mosquitoes to be released into the Florida Keys in an experiment to fight dengue fever. Dengue fever. The Keys, really? One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. Why do you gotta mess around with the Keys? I'll put a link to it. Smith & Wesson, over to financial news now. Smith & Wesson reports strong earnings. Go figure that out. I've got an article here from Forbes. From Bloomberg, Citigroup CEO Corbett seen ending pundits surge with cuts. Huh? I'll put a link to it. I'm not even sure what that means. Let's see. Tim Geithner, Obama absolutely prepared to go over the fiscal cliff. Well, of course he is. And if you like that, I'll put this link. I'm not sure if this is verified or whatever, but I saw this and I was like, well, that figures. As fiscal cliff looms, Obama set for a 20-day, $4 million Hawaii vacation. 20-day, $4 million Hawaii vacation. Well, if that is true, that must be nice. Well, we also have the dumb factor going on with it being December 2012, and also just think about that. If he does happen to disappear, I don't know. I'm an open-minded guy. Anyway, I'll put a link to that. Anyway, over to New World Order and police state news. I got an article here from the Weekly Standard. UN to seek control of the internet. Well, of course. They're constantly trying to gain control of our internets. Got drone poster artist arrested. NYPD does not find satire amusing. Somebody drew a poster of a drone dropping a bomb on the residents of New York and put NYPD underneath. Not sure why that would get you arrested, because it's not too far from the truth. Put a link to that. Got an article from CNET. Cops to Congress. We need logs of Americans' text messages. Well, of course you do. You got to keep America safe, right? And we got this Feinstein Amendment further entrenches power of military indefinite detention. This to go along with the NDAA 2013. Interesting article here. An NSA whistleblower. U.S. government has everyone under virtual surveillance. Of course they do. This isn't news. This is December 4, 2012. Well, you want to see some truth in a movie. Go watch the movie Enemy of the State. And I believe that was in 1996. I don't have much for World War III news outside of what we already know is going on over there with all the, this and that. I'm going to destroy your country. I'm going to wipe you off the map. Trash talking all the time. But I got a couple things bookmarked. House Intel Chairman. If Syria readies weapons of mass destruction, we must attack. I have no doubt we probably will because, Saddam Hussein. Anyone? Anyway, I'll put a link to that. I got another article here from the BBC, UK, evidence of Syria, chemical arms plans, yada yada. And I got one from the Telegraph, Japan posed to shoot down North Korean missile if it passes over their territory, I believe it is. I'm not sure because I've been away for a couple days. Has North Korea shot that missile off? Or are they still? I believe last I checked, they were replacing part of the firing mechanism that went bad or something. But I think they're still on to fire that thing off. So that's interesting. See if it stays together this time. Because I think the last one fell apart. Either that or we hit it with some sort of sonic weapon and broke it apart. Who knows? Anyway, let's see here. Okay, over to 2012 and Earth Changes News. Got an article from the Telegraph. Mayan apocalypse. Panic spreads as December 21st nears. You know, a clip from Jericho played in my mind when I saw this article. It's where Robert Hawkins looks at Ted and he's like, Ted, breathe. Everything's going fine. Okay. If anything, I'm grateful to be mentally prepared for just about anything. Do I think it's the end of the world? I really don't. Do I think things are happening in the world? No doubt. Do I know what's going to happen next? I have absolutely no clue. But you can't panic, okay? Relax. I don't have to tell any of my friends this. You guys already know this. I think we're probably mentally prepared for just about anything. You know, Little Green Men, Planet X, World War III, or, you know, just life as usual. But I put a link to this from the Telegraph. It's just amazing to see people. And then you got this. Gillard delivers mock apocalypse message. You know, I don't know this Prime Minister of Australia, I think it is. This Julia Gillard, the Prime Minister. Apparently, she got up in front of a camera and did some spoof for a morning show or some radio show talking about the Mayans were right and the world is going to end. Can you imagine if Barack Obama, even if he was just playing around, got up on a freaking TV and looked all serious and told you that? You know, this Julia Gillard, I don't care if you were messing around or not, you're the Prime Minister of Australia. You are a total and complete piece of crap. You already have people on this planet right now committing suicide and on edge that something might actually happen. And then you get up, I don't care if it's a spoof or not, you being supposedly a leader of the people, you get up on a camera and talk about the Mayans were right and the world is about to end. You know, if one person commits suicide because they saw your message, you should be charged with their murder. Seriously. Pull that up and look at what she did. I don't care if it was a joke or not. When you know, just my opinion, when you know that there are already people on edge, that the world might end, and already people thinking about committing suicide because of that, and then you get up on the camera and do that, you should be charged with their murder if they do in fact go through with it because they saw your message. You're a piece of crap. You're a piece of crap. Again, just my opinion. I'll put the link to her video. Anyway, what else is going on? Sorry for my little mini rant there. I can't believe a leader actually got up and, joking or not, people are already in a different mental state. Anyway, major quake strikes off Japan, setting off small tsunami. This was back on December 7. Again, sorry I've been away for a few days. Some of this stuff's kind of old news. Mexican singer Jenny Rivera feared dead in plane crash. Not sure what's up with that. Apparently a small plane went down. I don't know who that person is, but I just took note of it here. We've got something from CBS5Arizona.com. Mystery booms rock Verde Valley. I'm not sure. We got more mystery booms going on, and we got another one here. Explosion investigation comes up empty. So we got more booms going on. Nobody knows what's going on. Could be high-speed underground trains. Could be DUMS boring equipment. Could just be fracking. Could be a lot of things. I mean, you could speculate all day. I have no idea what it is. Anyway, let me get over here to, I got one more thing here. Strange and bizarre news. Okay. Sorry, that rant kind of threw me off. I cannot believe the Prime Minister got up on a camera and did that. Anyway, Duchess of Cambridge prank call nurse found dead. Nurse commits suicide. What? I don't know. I'll put a link to that. Russian Prime Minister jokes about secret files on aliens. Russian Prime Minister jokes about secret files on aliens. This on MSN News. And this is the most ridiculous story I've heard probably all year. Ambulance on a medical call. Ambulance booted while EMS treated patient. Apparently somebody has a we'll boot any car that parks on our parking lot policy somewhere. They booted an ambulance on an emergency run. And the boot, in taking the boot off, I guess, flattened the tire. This is absolutely just... As a lifelong scanner listener, I found this story just completely... I never heard anything like that before. You got to check the story out. The owner of this business booted an ambulance on a medical run. Lights and siren, okay. Oh, you can't park on our parking lot. We're going to put the boot. If that... I don't know what became of the person they were treating. They had to call another ambulance to get them to the hospital because they had a flat tire. If that person happened to die or had some sort of life-altering medical because of something you did by putting that boot on that ambulance, you should be charged with manslaughter. Or you should be charged with a crime, at least. You don't hinder emergency workers when they're on an emergency run. What's the matter with you? The owner of that store, I'd like to smack him in the head. Again, I'm sorry, I'm still a little upset from the Prime Minister thing, but it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, I'll put a link to my favorites. Check my favorites for more news. If you like this report, why do I always say report? If you like this report, I'm just a little wound up, I'm sorry. Please hit the like button, thumbs up, or, if you think it sucked, if you just, absolutely, it's the worst of YouTube, give it a thumbs down, by all means. Just please rate it, I really appreciate it. Anyway, that's all I got. Sorry I got a little worked up at the end there. Some of this news is just ridiculous. It's probably why I've been taking a couple days break, because it's just like, man, the madness continues. Anyway, you guys have a great week. Take care. Stay safe. Stay calm. And stay alert. Stay vigilant. All that stuff. I love you. I'll talk to you on the next one. Take care.